Pikmin is a real-time strategy puzzle game developed by Nintendo and created by Shigeru Miyamoto. The Pikmin series has 4 main games, those being Pikmin 1, 2, 3, and 4, along with 3 spin-offs, Hey Pikmin, Pikmin Bloom, and Pikmin Finder. But we don't really talk about Pikmin Finder because reasons. Anywho, I want to focus on Pikmin 1 for this little review. Developed by Nintendo and created by Shigeru Miyamoto, released on October 26, 2001, Pikmin 1 sold a total of 1,600,000 copies, according to my sources, which I will take as fact because I refuse to do any more research. Compared to other Nintendo games at the time, they were, let's just say, Pikmin tried its best. The Pikmin franchise originated from a Nintendo GameCube tech demo called Mario 128, which showed small Marios just running around and doing really whatever. I don't even know what that deal was. This evolved into the original Pikmin. As I said before, is a real-time strategy game featuring plant-like creatures called Pikmin that players command to collect items and overcome obstacles. The story of Pikmin follows Olimar, a space captain who works for the company Hakatate Freight, or if you're a Neanderthal, Hokatate, a deep space long-haul company based on the planet, well, Hakatate. While returning from a job, Olimar's ship, the SS Dolphin, is struck by a meteor, sending him and his ship hurling into the foreign planet of PNF 404. Upon landing, Olimar awakens to find himself stranded on the planet due to his ship being completely destroyed, its pieces scattered across the planet, leaving him destined to die. Upon exploring the impact site, Olimar finds a weird red onion-like ship, so he calls it the Onion, because what else are you going to call it? From the onion, a small sprout is produced. Upon plucking it, a Pikmin is born. Though they aren't really called Pikmin, Olimar named them that, doing them to looking like the Pick carrot from Hakatate, so no one really knows what a Pikmin is scientifically called. Upon making more Pikmin, Olimar is able to push a giant box and find the engine to his ship, which you'll have just enough Pikmin, or more, to carry it back, and the ship will be able to fly once more. Of course, upon this, you unlock the next area in the game, the Forest of Hope, which for some reason I keep calling Garden when writing the script. This starts the gameplay loop of collecting ship parts and growing Pikmin and doing the same thing over and over again, solving puzzles, you know, all that. It's a fairly simple story. It doesn't try to overcomplicate things or try to be deep. It's just simple, straightforward. I like it. Gameplay is fairly simple, so I won't spend too much time on this. The gameplay loop, as stated before, consists of growing Pikmin and taking them out to the field to carry back ship parts for the SS Dolphin. But I hear you asking, dear viewer, oh, how do I grow Pikmin? Well, I'm glad you asked. You can grow Pikmin by many ways. Killing enemies and taking them back to the ship, onion thing, whatever the fuck it is, pellet posies, yeah, just the 2. But you won't really have to worry about like running out of Pikmin, because you can always get more, or unless you're just shit and you just lose all your Pikmin immediately and constantly get extinctions like I did back when I was like 4 years old. The enemies you face are really well designed and sometimes funny to look at. I like the Wollywog. Of course, these enemies fall on a scale from harmless to deadly and no in between, so good luck trying to kill them and get Pikmin. As for your ship parts, it's not as simple as putting a single Pikmin on a part and leaving it to carry it back. No, you fucking idiot. All the ship parts require different number of Pikmin. I'll leave that for you to, find out. Or you could just look it up. I mean, if you do look it up, you're kinda dumb. Why would you do that? Sometimes you gotta knock down a wall, kill an enemy, use a certain type of Pikmin, mix and match Pikmin. The game doesn't just hand you the parts, which is what I love about this game. The challenge of actually having to fight, plan, and try unlike a certain Pikmin game. But that's for a future video. Maybe not. The main attraction of the game being the Pikmin are probably the most problematic part of the game. If I'm being honest, you'll find yourself whistling the Pikmin to refocus them rather than actually having them function like a real army. If you run past a patch of grass, your Pikmin are most likely going to focus it and stop paying attention to you, which is really annoying and just waste your time from actually like getting parts and defeating enemies. And that time really adds up, Not to mention tripping, which is also very annoying. Tripping is random on whether it happens or not, but flower Pikmin tend to trip less, which is why it's better to have flower Pikmin than leaf Pikmin. It may seem like I don't like them, but that couldn't be further from the truth. They piss me off to no end, but I do love them. Before we move on, we still gotta talk about challenge mode. Challenge mode is a post-game mode. In this mode, you're tasked with growing as many Pikmin as possible. The objects, enemies, everything in the area has completely changed, and the music is even sped up, as if rushing you to be as fast as possible. It's not my preferred mode, as I do like the story better, but hey, challenge mode is fun for the challenge. No? Oh, okay then. Olimar is our main character and captain of the SS Dolphin. Sometimes people pronounce it Olimar, or other people say Olimar. I prefer Olimar because it just makes more sense, and it's what he says in Pikmin 2. He doesn't speak in-game, but we do get lines of dialogue from him, giving us a look into how he carries himself. For what's given, Olimar seems to be very professional. His end-of-day dialogues are always so matter-of-factly written, and he's always keeping hope, despite his situation. I think that's mostly in part due to the Pikmin's help. Olimar is a family man, having a wife, a daughter, and a son. His son gave him the Sagittarius, and his daughter gave him the Libra, which are his two kids' birthstone moon things. You know what I mean. He puts them on the ship because where else are you gonna put your kids' gifts? On your spaceship, of course. That makes most sense. I'd like to say more, but I really can't, because other than being professional, I can't quite get a read on this guy. It's okay, we still love Olimar though. Pikmin. The Pikmin aren't actually called Pikmin, that's just the name Olimar gave them, as I said before. In this installment of the series, there are 3 types of Pikmin: red, yellow, and blue. I'll go over them individually right here, so yeah. And by the way, I want to preference yellow and blue Pikmin are optional. You don't have to unlock the onion to progress the game. Technically, there are ways to work around getting the yellow and blue so you can beat the game with only red Pikmin, but that's for people who like to sweat, and I am definitely not one of those Pikmin veterans that do that. Pikmin have 3 states of being: bud, leaf, and flower. Flower is the best, honestly. Just makes the Pikmin like 20 times better. They trip less, move and carry things faster, and I'm fairly certain it boosts their attack, though I'm not sure on that last one, so don't quote me on it. They can be moved around using the C-stick when you don't want them to pluck grass or run into an enemy. Also, if you use the C-stick to run the Pikmin into a bramble wall or ship part or enemy, or anything else like that, they'll automatically attack, carry, or break the wall, which can save you the hassle of having to throw Pikmins individually. The red Pikmin are, well, in a red onion. Where else are you gonna put them? Upon being plucked, you see what the red Pikmin looks like. Red Pikmin are average in Pikmin height, because we all know what that is. The identifying feature of the red Pikmin is their nose. They have sharp, pointy noses. The red Pikmin have 2 abilities: fire resistant and 1.5 times higher damage when fighting. So the red Pikmin are amazing for combat. If you take yellow or blues into a fight, well, either A, you are forced to, or B, your brain doesn't function properly. Red Pikmin are kinda good at anything, really. Anything that doesn't involve water. They're an all-arounder Pikmin. You can do almost anything with red Pikmin. You can beat the game using only red, but again, it's only for sweaty Pikmin players, which I am not. Overall, A-tier Pikmin. We love the reds. The yellow Pikmin are found in the Forest of Hope, the second area in the game. The yellow Pikmin have a yellow onion, and upon being plucked, you'll be able to see the massive ears that they have. Well, I mean, the ears aren't that big, but other Pikmin don't have ears. So, yeah. The yellow Pikmin have 2 abilities just like the reds. They can be thrown higher and can carry bomb rocks. The higher throw height is used for a few parts that the reds and blues can't be thrown to, unless you clip out of bounds and push the part. However, higher throw doesn't translate to longer throw arcs, so keep that in mind, unless you know that one tech. The second ability is carrying bomb rocks. Now, this is where things get very dangerous. You see, a bomb rock is, well, a bomb. Once thrown at a stone wall, a Pikmin will ignite the bomb rock and run away from it. Now, this can go 3 ways. Either it works as intended, the Pikmin does nothing, or he goes over the wall, sets off the bomb rock, is trapped next to the bomb rock, and dies in the explosion. Also, if a yellow Pikmin is carrying a bomb rock and dies, the bomb rock will immediately drop and explode. So it's recommended you don't take any yellows out adventuring when they're carrying bomb rocks unless you know there's no possible way they're going to drop that bomb rock. I suggest you make a clear path beforehand, or you could just be crazy and maneuver the Pikmin around enemies like a real Pikmin player. Overall, B tier Pikmin could be better, a little useless. They are very cute. The blue Pikmin are found in the third area of the game, the forest navel. Upon being plucked, you'll be able to see that the blue Pikmin have a mouth and gills on the side of their face. Well, the gills are on the side of their face, the mouth is where it should be. Also, if you look very closely, you'll notice that the blue Pikmin are fully capable of going underwater without drowning. This makes blue Pikmin the only Pikmin that can get ship parts surrounded or in water. Or they can be skipped by using a glitch called part pushing, where you use Olimar to push parts out of the water, but, again, we don't do that around here. Overall, not much to say about them. They just swimming red Pikmin without the attack boost. More useless than yellows, but very, very cute. Obviously, this section is dedicated to the world. The world of Pikmin, not that one. Get out of here, Dio. I more so want to focus on the areas themselves and ignore the enemies that inhabit them. For now. I'll come back to them. I'll also be going over the music that accompanies the areas as well, because you can't talk about Pikmin without skipping over the music. And if you do, well, why would you? Pikmin has an amazing soundtrack. Go listen to it. I'm not musically talented at all. I barely know about anything that goes into music. So just take what I say with a grain of salt and trust me when I say it's good. The impact site is the first area of the game containing two parts, the main engine and positron generator. I hate that part name. The impact site isn't anything special, it's just a tutorial area that doesn't try to do too much. For me, the music of the impact site invokes a feeling of curiosity and unfamiliarity, which is fitting considering upon how first playing, you don't really have any idea of what's going on. You need to figure it out, and you need to figure out what to do and how to get things done. Upon the sun setting, the instruments switch to mainly string and woodwind, removing the louder instruments and going for a more soft and calming vibe. There's some 620 pellets lying around, 2 red, 2 blue, 2 yellow. If you make your way to the back of the level, you'll find a rock wall, which you'll need yellow Pikmin to knock down. Upon passing the rock wall, you'll find a beach-like area with pearly clamps, one of them holding the positron generator. The other 2 pearly clamps having clamps having pearls in their mouth, which, if taken to an onion, will produce 50 of that type of Pikmin. Other than a box that you can push on day 1, there's not really much to say. It's a really good place to re-up on Pikmin if you're low, or spend a few days messing around, because let's be honest, any talented Pikmin player has at least 10 to 15 days to spare. It's a nice small area that eases you into the game. It's nothing big or crazy. The impact site is a lot of nothing for me. I really wish there were some more enemies, or just make the area larger. I want to like the impact site, but past the music, there isn't really anything to do here other than re-up on Pikmin. The Forest of Hope is the second area in the game. It contains a total of 8 ship parts: Eternal Fuel Dynamo, Whimsical Radar, Extraordinary Bolt, and Nova Blaster. Oh, shock absorber, radiation canopy, and Geiger counter, and Sagittarius too. The Forest of Hope is the second smallest area in the game. The music for this area is very calming and mellow. I believe the song fits with the forest theme very well. I also really like the instruments. Switching when sunset hits. Switching the electric piano synthesizer and piano to a marimba and music box was a really good decision. My favorite thing about the Forest of Hope is the yellow Pikmin because I love playing with explosives. Please don't call the cops on me. And the yellow Pikmin. The yellow Pikmin are my favorite type because they're the cutest type of Pikmin, I'm not gonna lie to you. At least until we get to 2, but that's for later. The Forest of Hope is sadly kind of a nothing place compared to the other games. It's basic and vanilla. It's just a forest and nothing more, nothing less. I do like how they blocked off some parts with water, so you do need to come back with the blue Pikmin in order to get them. When I was 4 years old, I really thought red Pikmin could swim. It's just, they can't. I wish I had more to say about this place, but nah, it's just meh. It's kind of mid. I don't really see myself liking this area if the music was changed at all, because the music really carries the Forest of Hope. The Forest Navel means belly button or something like that. The Forest Navel is the best area in Pikmin 1. Yes, you can fight me on that one. The music for the Forest Navel is either the theme song for a scorching hot summer day or the theme for a hillbilly country town. On a serious note, the music is very nice. Despite using a lot of instruments I don't typically like, I do love the music for this area. It's perfect for a cave. The sunset version is just as good, maybe even better. Going the typical route and dropping the louder instruments in place for more relaxing and calming ones, Forest Navel is an amazing location, going for a dark, eerie cave rather than a vast, open forest or area in general. I love how there are spots of grass here and there, but most of the map is rock. Probably some dirt and gravel as well, but that's never really stated in canon, but come on, it's heavily implied. Also, the enemy picks for the Forest Navel is perfect. The enemy choices feel like something you'd actually find in a cave, or just a dark place in general. Another part I love is how the natural lighting is replaced with glowing mushrooms. Other small but wonderfully done detail. I also love how it forces you into switching Pikmin to get certain parts. Example, the Libra being the most infamous one. You need all 3 types. Blue to break the geysers, yellow to get the part down from the high ledge, and red to carry the part back safely. Or the anti-dioxin filter, which requires blues to get the part from the water, and reds to either kill the fiery blowhogs or continue to carry the part back the rest of the way safely. The Forest Navel also has 2 bosses. One isn't really a boss, that one would be the Puffstool, who can turn Pikmin against you. Not really a threat unless you don't know how to fight him. The other would be the beady Longlegs, who is more of a boss than most enemies. His gimmick, you stand under him and throw Pikmin up to his head? Body? Ball? Whatever this little weird thing is. He's not bad if you use a small army, which you'd think be a problem, but it's very easy to dodge him, so I wouldn't worry about it. Also, I forgot to mention, there are a total of 9 parts. Number 1 Ionium Jet, Space Float, Guard Satellite, Gravity Jumper, Automatic Gear, Anti-Dioxin Filter, Libra, Analog Computer, Omega Stabilizer, and Guard Satellite. The Distant Spring is my second favorite area in the game, purely due to music. Other than that, fuck the enemies here. But that's for later. And no, don't fuck the enemies. Anyways, the Distant Spring is an area filled with mostly water, so you'll be using a lot of blue Pikmin. This area has a total of 10 parts, those being Repair Type Bolt, Massage Machine, Interstellar Radio, Glue-On Drive, UV Lamp, Zirconium Rotor, Pilot Seat, Bowsprit, Cronus Reactor, number 2 Ionium Jet. The music in this area, my god, it's like a blessing from the heavens. Like God himself has come down to produce this mystical track and to send back to the heavens. The Sunset version is even better. My god, they cooked. This area's music, I can't even begin to describe it in words how much I fucking love this song. Anyway, let's get back to the area itself. This area is packed with enemies, so if you're new to Pikmin and don't know ball like us, Pikmin veterans, then you might be in trouble. This area is also known for having the smoky prog, so if you're new to Pikmin and never played before, don't you dare break that fucking egg. Or do. I don't really care. Aside from the smoky prog, enemies here aren't a problem to deal with at all. However, they do play off each other very well, so if you're caught between a puffy blowhog and a bullbear, pray. I think you'll learn how to control your Pikmin here and fight properly when surrounded by enemies, or this area will whoop your ass. I love that about this level. I love that it has some of the most annoying enemies in the game. It's my favorite. For some reason, whenever I head to this area for the first time in any playthrough, I feel like I'm in immediate danger. Other than that, this area is really well done. The music and enemies are fitting and blend well together for a perfect way to say fuck you if the situation presents itself. Honestly, if they didn't add as much water, I'd probably like this place more. Other than that, no real complaints. Final trial. 1 ship part, 1 enemy. Simple, right? Wrong. You'll have to use all your Pikmin knowledge, everything you learned, put into one final test, and it's simple, isn't it? That's underwhelming. Anyways, get blue, build the bridges, get yellow, blow up the wall, don't have an Endori issue on the way, use reds to walk through the fire, push the box, task done. After you break down the wall, before you do anything else, get rid of all your blues. They serve no purpose for the rest of the game. You're only going to need red and yellows for this fight. Go back to the arena, and for the love of God, don't walk on the grass. Walk around it. Once the back wall, you'll walk along the grass on the side of the arena and get all the bomb rocks. Once you have all the bomb rocks, and yes, I mean all the bomb rocks, you need all of them. Totally. Take Olimar, just Olimar. Walk into the grass at the center of the arena, where you'll summon the Emperor Bulblax. He's the strongest enemy in the game, obviously. He's the Emperor. In order to beat him, you need to stun him, and use reds to attack his face while he's stunned. But I hear you asking, how do you stun him? Figure it up. Stop looking up tutorials on YouTube, and use your brain for 5 seconds. Anyway, once you beat him, you'll get the secret safe. Carry it back and the game's done. You got all the parts. Good job. You did it. Normally I'd give my thoughts on the area, but it's not much of an area. It's more of a trial, hence the name Final Trial, leading up to the final boss. It's good for what it's made for. Other than that, it's kinda just mid. Oh well, you tried Final Trial. Yes, every area, except Impact Site, is better. If I'm being dead honest, I don't know if this will do good or not. I've actually never dedicated my time to something this big. I don't even know if it'll be any good. I'm writing this and I'm kinda nervous, but at the same time I'm really excited. because I love this series and think of this as a little video I have as a love letter to the series. I really hope this turns out as good as I wanted it to. I'm really sorry I kept you all waiting so long as well. Life can really just pile it on sometimes. Along with dedicating time to my digital art learning, I'm kind of trying to figure out this whole thing called a work-life balance. Whatever that is. Alas, I won't take up any more of your time. Please like and subscribe.